88 predominantly French-speaking countries have collectively called for an immediate ceasefire in Lebanon. The demand was made at the 19th Francophone summit in Paris, hosted by French President Emmanuel Macron. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron said at the summit that the Francophone countries express their solidarity to Lebanon. He added that the group had approved an international conference to support Lebanon, which will take place later this month. The countries unanimously called for an immediate and lasting ceasefire and reaffirmed commitment to de-escalating tensions in the region. The French president also said that shipments of arms used in the conflict in Gaza should be stopped as part of a broader effort to find a political solution. Even as he expressed solidarity with Israel's security and support for hostages and their families, Macron said it was not consistent for parties to call for a ceasefire, yet continue providing weapons of war.
Last week, in New York, President Joe Biden, like myself, endorsed a ceasefire text for Lebanon that the United States was in favor of. In finalizing this text, it had been discussed with both Lebanese actors and Israel, and I regret that Prime Minister Netanyahu made another choice and took on this responsibility, in particular land operations on Lebanese soil. And so, yes, if we call for a ceasefire, what's consistent is not to provide weapons of war, and I think that those who supply them cannot call for a ceasefire every day and continue to supply them.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has responded, calling shame on Macron and other Western leaders who have called for an arms embargo on Israel.
As Israel fights the forces of barbarism led by Iran, all civilized countries should be standing firmly by Israel's side. Yet President Macron and some other Western leaders are now calling for an arms embargo against Israel. Shame on them. Is Iran imposing an arms embargo on Hezbollah, on the Houthis, on Hamas, and on its other proxies? Of course not. The axis of terror stands together. But countries who supposedly oppose this terror axis call for an arms embargo on Israel. What a disgrace. Well, let me tell you this. Israel will win with or without their support.